Hey, what's up, everyone?
Yes.
Welcome to Kickin It RAW.
I'm Shania. I'm Danielle.
I'm Dee.
And I'm Qua. And this is the platform for men and women to come together, support each other, where we keep it real and raw.
All right, this is our judgment-free zone. No judgmental people, no negativity will be allowed. If you see that, you will be deleted the block.
Yes, and it's always here on Kickin It RAW every Saturday night at what? 10:30 sharp. We're going to discuss the topics and the relatable issues that are relatable to you and to us, okay? Those hard questions, those hard decision-making questions that you can't speak up and voice your own opinion, we're going to do it here on Kickin It RAW.
We're going to go ahead and jump into our first question tonight. How do everyone feel about the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation? Qua, do you want to go ahead and answer that one first?
I just want to say, hey viewers, I love y'all. Hey, welcome to our platform.
Yay.
And how do I feel? The first question of the night is, how do I feel about the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation?
Yes.
I feel like Tory is wrong. All right. I feel like no matter how mad you are, you should never take it to that level. A lot of people are making up excuses for Tory, saying that, you know, he could have been on something. It could have been a situation that we don't know about behind closed doors. But I feel like at the end of the day, there is no excuse. So where you are dealing with someone, whether it's a relationship, friendship, whatever, to the point where you get that mad to where you have to shoot them. So what I read on and was told, she tried to run and get away, and you still went after her, tried to attack her. I feel like that's a little too much. At that point, you actually knew what you were doing. So take what comes to you with this situation.
Right.
I don't feel like it's right for a woman to attack a man, and I don't feel like it's right for a man to attack a woman. Either way, it's not good. I feel like Tory is wrong in this situation. I don't know behind closed doors. Nobody really knows what Megan could have did behind closed doors. But at the end of the day, you don't shoot someone. And then you continue to try to shoot her when she's running away. I do feel for Meg, and I feel for any woman who's out here getting attacked, whether it's verbally, emotionally, physically, in any type of way. I do not support domestic violence in no shape or form. Right. So I really feel like Tory is wrong. Actually, Tory has not even spoken out. He has not owned up to anything he has done. I love Tory's music, okay? But his music, his talent has nothing to do with the fact that he's wrong. Domestic violence is not okay, and I'm definitely rooting for justice for Megan.
Right.
And I think that it's wrong. You do not shoot someone out of anger, period, point blank, or put your hands on anyone, man or woman. So that's how I feel about the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation. Also, I am upset that they are calling Meg a snitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
How is she a snitch? Let's make this clear. If you don't know the definition of snitch, don't speak on it. Yes, thank you, viewer. Exactly. How would you, if you're going to say somebody's a snitch, please know the definition.
Yes.
The definition of a snitch is someone who did a crime with you and turned around and snitched on you and blamed all of it on you and did not take their part on the intake that they had in on the crime. And they went behind your back and ratted you out. That was not the situation with Megan and Tory at all. So she is not known as a snitch. We're not going to do the street code on a female who's not even in the streets. It doesn't matter what she raps about. She's not in the streets. She's a college girl. She's trying to make ends meet. No matter how explicit her lyrics is, she just doing what she do. Right. So at the end of the day, you got to look at that situation. If that was your mother, your sister, your cousin, whoever, a female version that's close to you, you will look at that, what? A guy shot my sister, whoever, mama, it's a problem. So keep that same energy when it comes to Megan. I feel like everybody needs to support her and have her back. And at the end of the day, Tory is wrong. And I feel like he should not get away with it. I did read something recently where the case was dropped. I don't know for sure. But I think the case was dropped and because Megan waited too long to speak on it because she was trying to protect him after he had already hurt her and tried to harm her. So that says a lot about black women, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But what I do want to say is let's stand up for what's right. Let's stop sticking with the popularity or the street code. I'm over it. And that's how I feel about the Megan and Tory situation.
I agree. I love it. I love it.
If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead.
All right.
I'm gonna offer a different perspective on this situation.
All right.
I am a firm believer that right is right and wrong is wrong. Period. I do not agree with the situation. I do not agree with domestic violence. It's wrong all the way around. I will, however, say that I was not there. There's always three sides to a story: hers, his, and the truth. So we cannot say for certain what went down.
Right.
That does not justify what happened, and that does not justify Tory shooting her in her feet by any means. No. I will say that, you know, reading about what's been transpiring between Megan's people, Tory's people, there's a lot of victim blaming going on.
Yes.
And that's not okay. First of all, Megan is not a snitch. She is a victim who spoke her story, told the world several weeks, months after the fact what happened because she was being bullied so bad. At the end of the day, you do not blame a victim for what they're going through or what they've been through. Why is everyone treating this as a joke? If this was your sister, your cousin, you know, whoever, y'all wouldn't take it as a joke. It's people on there telling her that she's lying, she's not shit, excuse my language, you know, she's a snitch. How? I'm really confused. All I want to say is that at the end of the day, we're supposed to protect each other, we're supposed to protect our men and women, and y'all are failing horribly.
Yes, I would agree. Hi again, this is Danielle.
I just want to chime in before you go. Like she said, we are failing, and somebody needs to be standing up, breaking the cycle.
Yes.
I feel like it's really embarrassing and it's sickening that a lot of people really stick to traditional cycles from childhood to adults. It's no excuse for your behavior whatsoever. So stop. I don't want to hear the excuses. It's overrated, and that's what I have to say.
And I do want to also say this. You know, Tory is looked up to by several, you know, all the younger generation. I can't think
Yes,
of
Tory is
kids,
very
not
talented.
Megan as well. Their music is widely listened to by the younger generation. If there's no justice for Megan, are we teaching our young men, our young black kings that it's okay to act out of anger and shoot instead of walking away from the situation or choosing a different way to express that anger?
That's deep.
Because
exactly.
if the case has been truly dismissed, how is that fair? Because I hope not, I really hope not, but I can almost see that this is going to be a repeat with another young black man and a woman, because Tory got away with it. That's something else that people have to look at. It's deeper than just, oh, they're celebrities. They're people also. And
They have feelings.
Exactly. And people look up to them. So
That's a lot of trauma too for Megan to deal with. Just think about it. She's already scared for her life. As far as police, they were already aggressive, and then you have someone that you're friends with or care about, or whatever her and Tory had going on, and then they turn around and harm you. So you're in the middle of you're not safe. There's no safety there. You're not protected at all, and that's a problem.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with both of y'all ladies.
Yes, and I just want to let Danielle go back to chime in on this. What do you think about it? Sorry about that.
What I want to start off by saying is, as a race, as a human race, how do y'all even joke about somebody getting harmed or shot in the foot or anywhere? I don't understand how that's funny.
I agree.
How in the world possible, you know, are y'all making jokes and, oh, she bigger than him, he 5 whatever, she's 6 whatever. He's still a man, which means he's 9 times out of 10 still more stronger than her.
Exactly. Yes.
So what does her being this tall and him being this short have to do with anything, first of all?
Right.
If you as a human, a person, an individual, can have enough respect to have some empathy or sympathy for someone when they are going through a situation, even if you don't understand it, or even if you don't even care about it, then I'm just going to say you're a messed up individual, period. It's no way that you shouldn't feel some kind of remorse or understanding of what this lady has gone through. Okay.
Exactly.
It's just ridiculous. The jokes has got to stop. I mean, it makes no sense. And the fact that, you know, top celebrities are having to ask themselves what possibly could have transpired that you're going to sit there and have to shoot a woman in the foot. I mean, you that upset that you have to shoot a woman in the foot who, for one, said she got out the car, walked away because it was already heated in the limo, whatever y'all were in, walked away to de-escalate the situation, and you still got out and shot her. Not only that, like Miss Tamika stated, she's worried about, her foot is bleeding and everything else. The police is called. This man got a gun, which is already a strike.
Exactly.
He already felon.
He's black.
So she's sitting here having to, and I'm going back to touch on what Tamika said she wasn't going to speak about. Black women always having to protect black men.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When are our black men going to start stepping up, or men, period, protecting women, period? When is that going to start? I feel like the tradition, the roles have switched, you know, and I'm not saying that there's not men out there who aren't still protecting their women or our women, but a lot of times these days there's not. We are standing front line in these marches. We are standing in front of our significant other or man or son or whatever. We're standing in front guarding y'all. When are y'all going to stand in front and guard us and protect us to where we can run to you as a safety net?
Right.
The roles need to be switched back. I mean, because yes, we are women. These women today are strong, rolling with the punches and doing what we have to do. But at the same time, we need y'all men to do what y'all have to do too. Give us, specifically black women, respect.
Exactly.
Help us, nurture us. You know, we shouldn't have to keep doing all of this on our own. Like, we need your help, your stands in life to help us also grow. Of course, as I stated, we can do it by ourselves, but it definitely would help if y'all are there to help protect us. So, I just say that he was a bitch, period, point blank. I mean, who does that? You look stupid as hell. Excuse my French. I mean, who does that?
It's
like,
weird.
Shoot somebody in the foot. A woman. Like, come on now. Are you serious?
Yeah,
and then you haven't even spoken up. Like, you're a bitch for that too. Because you know you're guilty. Period, point blank.
Exactly. And I just want to jump in on that. He's not going to speak out like Megan said. Because what can you say? I did it. You're not going to own up to that to everybody. That you shot me. And that you put me in harm. So I just agree with Danielle. You're not being a man and standing up. You're not protecting. But she was protecting you in a time where she had no one.
So I want to, if y'all don't mind, I just want to jump in and I want to give you guys an understanding, a bigger breakdown of this whole big picture. Megan is black. Tori is black.
Yes.
The world that we're living in, they are gunning down with their foots on black men and women's necks, okay? For fun, okay? So imagine, and this is me going back into the trauma aspect of it, imagine a woman who they already were having a heated argument in the car. She tried to, remove herself from that situation as a person would, and was shot in the foot several times, and the police were called. She is, okay, am I going to go to jail? Are they going to kill me? Are they going to kill the people that are in the car? Are they going to kill Tori? How unselfish is that? That she decided to not, through all that trauma, to not tell the police who shot her. And still maintain that. And y'all are the social media is making a joke of this woman and her trauma. It's not okay.
But that's black women or women period, but I'm going to specifically state black women. We are always doing that. Even in our midst of pain and hurt, we are still protecting y'all men, or our sons, or whatever. It's about time that we get the respect that we need, and y'all start protecting them.
Yes, and I definitely want to jump in and just make it clear. Hello, thanks for joining us.
Yes,
I just want to make it clear, black women, are the least respected and least loved.
Yeah.
And it's very sad. I thought that the situation with Megan would have been handled totally different, but clearly it wasn't. It just shows yet again there is no respect for black women.
Especially amongst our women. Like, it's mostly a lot of women that's disrespecting her. Like,
Which is weird.
how can you
It
do
is a
that?
lot of men
That goes
standing
back-
up and
yeah.
women are disrespecting her and tearing her down, calling her a liar, a snitch, this didn't happen, you lying. It's ridiculous.
And a lot of people are stating, sorry about that, babe. A lot of people are stating that her story switched up. Who cares? She's traumatized. She's trying to remember this shit. When you have a traumatic event or situation happen in your life, nobody wants to replay that shit in their head.
Constantly.
Literally, it's not nothing to play with. So I don't think she's lying because her story's switching up. She's trying to put these events in order because this shit is so traumatizing. And I just want to speak on that.
And I'm gonna go ahead and chime in on how I feel about the situation. I feel, point blank period, it was wrong.
Right.
Tory had no right to shoot Megan in the foot. It's no reason whatsoever that you should feel comfortable or be that angry to the point that you feel it's okay to pull a gun out on a woman and shoot her, especially when she's walking away. For you to actually feel that that is okay shows that Tory has some mental issues going on or something like really wrong within his head. And for anybody who thinks it's okay, it's also going through something. Like, that's nowhere in your
not even
head
normal.
do you process, oh, I'm gonna shoot a woman. I can understand if it was a life or death situation, she wasn't gonna run out on you, but that's not the case. She's leaving a situation that you felt it was okay to pull a gun out and just start shooting at her. That's not okay. And it's wrong for people to call her a snitch. How is she a snitch when she protected this man? And I'm going to chime in back on what Shania said about the situation. You also got to think about the traumatization going on. Not only do you have black people in a car while police are gunning people and black folks down for fun, even in front of their children. And she's already been shot. She's sitting there thinking about her safety and his. And the police are already coming to the scene and they're already aggressive towards her, and she's the victim. That's already another scary thought going on in her head. Police, period. We already know in black community the police do not have a good record. People do not like seeing the police. And then they're already coming to the scene aggressive when you already are in need of help. That's already a strike too. Like, I don't want to talk to them. And then you can only imagine what's going through her head. They're out here killing us for fun. And for her to even mention it's a black man in a car with a weapon and he's using it. Do you not think that they would have opened fire on Tory or anything could have went left? And to think that she's in that situation and to think they can start shooting us. We're black and we have a weapon. And if they find that out, you already know things are going to go left. That's a traumatizing situation. If you were in that situation, would you even tell the police either? And then
So very unselfish.
the simple fact that she's trying to move on with her life, and then your publicist and everybody keeps attacking this girl and keeps provoking her, and she's already traumatized and trying to get past this. And I feel like people are saying, oh, Tory might have been under a substance or anything like that. He might have been drunk or drugged or anything. Regardless if he was drugged, willingly or unknowingly, that still doesn't make it okay.
Right.
I feel like if that was the case,
Seek help.
you need to seek help.
Yeah,
And two, you need to be a man and come forward and admit, damn, excuse my language, I messed up. Megan, even if she's not trying to hear your apology, everybody else can still, I can respect you as a man if you come forward. I was intoxicated. I was going through this. I'm sorry. I messed up. I wasn't in the right state of mind, and it's still wrong what I did, and I shot Megan in the foot, and I apologize deeply, and I need to get help. I can respect you as a man if you could come forward and at least own up to your shit. But I can't, because what you're doing, you're being a coward, and excuse my language again, it's a bitch. as a straight bitch.
I agree.
And I just want to throw in there, gun violence is unacceptable, period. I feel like if someone is not literally threatening your life, like your safety right then and there, that you shouldn't be shooting anybody. You know, people are really just trigger happy for some reason, you know, doing the most. So I'm just going to throw that out there against men or women, period, point blank.
I mean, she wasn't a threat. She walked away.
Yeah.
She removed herself from that situation, and you still chased after her and shot at her feet. Shot at her.
Weird shit. Weird shit.
And I agree. There's no reason why you should pull, man or woman, should feel the need to take somebody's life or pull a gun out on somebody. It's not even right, even if you are in a life or death situation. It still doesn't make it right, but it's more understandable that you're defending yourself than just doing it for the hell of it, just because you're angry or because you're a grown-ass man or woman having a temper tantrum.
I agree.
So as you can see, this conversation is very serious. We are not supporting domestic violence on any level, whether it's man or woman. And we want to chime into the viewers. If you want to let them know, Miss D, what's the question? We want you guys to like, comment, and share. Please comment, please inbox us if you know you want to speak on this conversation or this topic, or you or anyone else you know is dealing with something like this. And I just want to say, what's up, viewers?
And to reiterate on the question is, how does everybody feel about the Megan and Tory Lanez situation?
All right.
So let's see. We have Miss Najee Scott, brand ambassador. She said, y'all look absolutely gorgeous. Thanks for
Hi, brand ambassador. Hey,
hello. Tonyo Wright is watching. Nicole
Hey,
Yvette.
Hey, Nicole, how are you?
Hey.
Bro, thank you for chiming in. As always, brand ambassador Najee Scott. We love you.
Yes.
And he also said, Tonyo said, no sense at all.
Yes.
You heard? And then he also said, it already started with me. What started with you? Are you referring to supporting and uplifting and protecting your woman? What are we talking about there?
And I do agree with the no nonsense. It is.
You want to go ahead and see?
Yes. Hi, Destiny.
Hey, Destiny. Hey, boo.
We got another
Thanks for
Destiny
tuning in.
room.
Thanks for tuning in.
She said, hey, beautiful ladies.
Hey.
Beautiful too.
Hey, beautiful. We gotta get up, girl.
Hi, Ashley Poindexter and
Hey,
Tiffany.
cuz.
They
Hey,
said
Tiffany.
hey.
Thanks for joining
Hey,
us.
y'all.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We really do love everyone's support, men and women.
Yes.
And like we said, this is an open platform for everybody to come together. Hey, thank you. All right. So like we said, we want you guys to join us on this topic. The question was, how do you feel about the Tory Lanez and Megan situation?
Yes.
And I'm going to give it to Miss D. Keep
Oh,
going.
and hey, Zierra just answered the room.
Hey, Zierra.
Hey, ladies, y'all look amazing as always.
Thank you, Sierra.
And hi, Danny.
Hey,
Danny.
Danny.
How are you?
How are you?
Hey, Mom.
Hey,
Hey,
Mom. Okay. And by the way, Danny, we would like you to join us whenever you to join us every Saturday at 10:30 whenever you can. This is for youth, older, our age range, men and women, an open platform. So we really appreciate your love.
Yes.
All y'all viewers, we love y'all. Keep supporting us, and we're gonna keep going hard for y'all. If you do have any ideas or topics, please send them to us. We will openly speak about it on our platform. We will not give out your name or any information. We just want everybody to feel comfortable and come together and support each other.
Or if you just want all four of our opinions privately, just a one-on-one, feel free to also inbox us, and we'll also give you our feedback as well one-on-one.
And everything is confidential.
Exactly, strictly between us. So we're gonna keep it rolling, Miss D. Did you want to say something else before we
I
get
just
rolling?
wanted to say, or any activities or something that you might want to see us do. Hit us up.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to go ahead and go into our second question tonight. Why is there a double standard with a man hitting a woman, but it's not okay for a man to hit a woman?
All right.
Okay.
So the question is basically, why is there a double standard when it comes to women being allowed to hit a man, but a man not being allowed to hit a woman.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So I repeated.
It's okay, girl. We got you. So I'm going to start this question off. I want to say that yes, it has been for a while, and I guess it still is. It's been a double standard where women are allowed to hit men, and then men are supposed to just back away or ball up in a fetal position or something and just take it. However, I feel like the roles have switched because there are a lot of valid women out here these days who have bad tempers, who can take things pretty far as well. And I'm not excusing either person, whether it's a man or a woman. I don't know if it's because women today are dealing with so much stuff and they're having to be the breadwinners or the person that's carrying it home, just as men used to do back then. So I don't know what pressures or anything that could be causing that, but I do feel like the roles have reversed. I can personally speak for myself. You know, everybody, I am nice, I'm very respectful, but I definitely have a mean side, and I can get very angry really, really quickly, and I can turn violent, I'm gonna just say. So when I get to that point, you know, bodies can be touched, maybe objects can be thrown, all kind of stuff. So I'm just speaking for myself. It can definitely go both ways. And no, I do not think it's right. I'm not sitting here justifying that, oh, I can do that. No, I cannot. I know that's wrong. And I personally am working on that internally with myself to control my anger and my emotions and my feelings. For one, and I know I'm always the person mentioning this, but God is helping me through that. And I just want to say that whenever people are in a heated situation or whatever the circumstance may be, I think it's just best to get away from each other at the moment. Not saying you have to leave the household or whatever, but even if it's just like taking 30 minutes or 10 minutes, you know, it takes people different time frames to heal, to, you know, redirect their emotions, and to calm down. Right. Me personally, it takes me definitely maybe a good hour. That, you know, to redirect and calm down. But I'm getting better with that. But the point that I was getting at is when you are into a heated situation or argument, just walk away or get some space between that person. And as the other individual, y'all need to allow the person to get a space, okay? Him or her to get their space. Because there's a lot of times when first of all, when people are angry, it's not a joke. It's not funny. I don't know what the hee-hee laughing is, because when you're angry, that just pisses you off more, okay? Right. I'm just going to say that. Allow that person to get their breather, okay? Stop coming all up on the person, trying to push y'all up on the person, you know, or whatever you may do in that situation, trying to keep talking about the person. Oh, we need to talk about this now, or whatever. No, let that person get their breather so that when y'all come back to discuss that situation, it can be discussed in a more fruitful manner, okay? That's what I'm going to say on that situation as far as the role reversal.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this, how I feel about this. The reason why I think it's a double standard for women to hit men and not okay for men to hit women is because I think it comes from, you know, everyone always saying, or just from back then, or whatever you want to call it, you know, if a man hits a woman, oh, it's a big deal. Which honestly it is, but it's also a big deal for women to put their hands on men. I feel like women feel like they're obligated when in reality you're not. This man is not any less than you are. And I think that's where women get shit fucked up at a lot. They feel like a woman is up here and a man is down here, and that's a problem. Our men need to be here with us. It needs to be a level of respect, and it's not. I feel like women think what they say goes, or what they do is okay, but when a man do it, it's a problem or it's fucked up. In reality, no, it's not. You're fucked up because you're actually doing something that you would want him to do to you. But let him do that shit to you, it's going to be a problem. So I feel like, and my answer for this is short, I just feel like women feel like they're obligated to shit that they're not. And that's just the end of the story. Don't hit him, he won't hit you. It should never be to the point where people are beating on each other or attacking each other anyway. But like Danielle said, everyone has tempers. Well, not everyone. Some people have tempers that they can't control. And it's no excuse. That's something that you should be working on to better yourself so that you and your mate can show each other more love than hate. Because everybody knows with relationships comes trials. You know what I'm saying? You have your good days and your bad days. But it shouldn't be to the point where y'all are so angry at each other that y'all are ready to harm each other. Yeah. That is toxic. Let's make that shit clear. That is toxic and that's not safe. So I just want to put that out there.
I agree with you.
Go ahead and chime in on there. I believe it's a double standard. I feel that I agree with Tamika. I feel like women feel like they're obligated. Like it's okay for them to put their hands on a man and they feel like, oh, I can put my hands on a man and he's not supposed to hit me. Like we're entitled to that. Just like they're humans. We shouldn't put our hands on them just like they shouldn't put their hands on us. Nobody should be putting their hands on anyone, period. You should keep your hands to yourself. But I feel a lot of times these days, women feel like that's okay. And a lot of times a man, when he does put his hands on a female, it's after he has actually been provoked continuously, because a lot of females, which people don't want to talk about or people shy away from, females are big provokers. We provoke a lot. A lot of females are out here provoking men, jumping on their backs, throwing things at them, hitting them, and they don't expect the man to hit them back. But if you keep pushing somebody, eventually they're going to snap. Hopefully they can walk away. But a lot of times some females don't let a man walk away and he's left with no other choice. And I still don't think that's wrong, but it's also not wrong.
I don't think he's left with no other choice. I disagree with that. Yeah, everybody has a choice. Just because someone is not letting you leave does not mean you should be putting your hands on them. I think everyone is left with a choice. But I'll let you finish.
Well, not necessarily not a choice, but if you were trying to leave and you're still getting beat on and everything, it's either you stay or and get beat on, or you could at least push her off or try to warn her. But even when you push her, police get called. It's
he
hit me, and he's going getting locked up and getting taken away. And I feel like in any situation, nobody should still, like I said, put their hands on anybody. You should keep your hands to yourself. Just like, I don't know if you guys watch Marriage Boot Camp. It was a situation on there with Vado and Tahiri, where Vado strangled her, but to begin with, Tahiri provoked him. She threw 2 hard apples at his face. Not at this man's
that had pissed me
or
off.
anything. She threw it at his face, his whole entire face, 2. And this man did not hit her yet. Then she continued to verbally abuse him, and he finally snapped and choked her, which he was still wrong for choking her. But everybody in that house made him the bad guy. They kept saying, oh, you're wrong and everything. But nobody addressed the issue that it was wrong that she even threw apples in his face. And that's the situation that goes on every day. When a man does it, he's, oh, you're wrong. Which he should be told he's wrong. But nobody addresses the females in these situations and let them know you're wrong too. You shouldn't put your hands on them. He got kicked out the house and everything and was forced to apologize to him. But nobody sat her down and said to Tahiri, he was wrong for choking you, but you were wrong for throwing 2 apples at this man's face. That's physical abuse as well. And you're wrong for that, and that is not okay as well. And you owe him an apology as well, just like he owes you one. And a lot of females feel like, once again, they're obligated. They feel like you shouldn't say that to them. They're not wrong for hitting him or snapping and hitting a man. It's not okay. And a lot of people don't realize, and it's also, I feel like, a double standard because it's not recognized that men go through domestic violence as well. There are a lot of men out here who are getting beat on every day, dragged up the street. They're physically abused all the time. And it's not put out there. It's not brought up to the forefront. But I feel like that's a double standard because they just want females to be like, oh, it's wrong for a man to put his hands on you and make y'all feel like it's okay for you to hit him. I feel like in either way, shape, or form, you should keep your hands to yourself, point blank, period. You should not be putting your hands on nobody, man or woman.
And I just want to jump in real quick before you go back. On this episode I was watching on Marriage Boot Camp this season, it pissed me off because it was like, so she's the victim here when this woman has seriously sat here and threw 2 hard apples in this man's face and verbally abused him the whole time. And y'all are basically saying her behavior is okay. And you're putting this out here in the world. But y'all gotta understand, a lot of people don't play that shit. They don't play anybody putting their hands on them, okay? So they not gonna look at you as man or woman. They gonna look at you like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Excuse my language. So stop putting that energy out there that it's okay to be putting your hands on anyone. Because a lot of people don't play that. And it's to the point where putting your hands on one can lead to death.
Right.
Some people literally kill people with their bare hands or they use weapons. Look how many people are locked up because they had to kill someone for domestic violence, or someone who actually got killed for domestic violence. So it's not safe and it's not a joke. And I just wanted to put that out
Or
there.
they got angry, real angry,
Exactly.
that they did something that they wish they hadn't done out of anger.
Yeah, they blacked out, and I can speak on myself. With a man that I was dealing with, like, it was so toxic. We would black out on each other all the time, and we knew we loved each other, but when it got really bad, it got bad, and we will black out, and we will attack each other and do shit that we know, or should I say that's not normal. And yeah, I honestly can say that was ugly, and I'm glad that I'm out of that situation, but it used to get real dark. I blacked out a few times and did some things that was just not cool. And he did too. So like I said, it can get very toxic. And it's to the point where you might see yourself in a jail cell if you don't catch yourself, or getting out of that situation, or in a grave. It's very serious and it's very deep. It's not a joke. And Shania, if you want to go ahead and speak on it.
So I want to say, first of all, this question is shining light on the fact that men suffer from domestic abuse as well.
Exactly.
It's not wrong for a man to speak out on what he's going through. By all means, speak your story, tell your story. It's just like women do. You can do the same. I would like to say that toxicity is not okay, and I am not understanding why it's being normalized in the world today. Okay, why is it that it's okay? I'm seeing so many reality TV shows, the Marriage Boot Camp example,
Love and
Hip Hop. You know,
Growing up hip hop.
why is that being so normalized? Like, yeah, I'm mad, I'm gonna throw this at him, and he gonna throw it back at me.
Oh, I'm gonna beat on you.
And it's supposed to hee ha ha and everything is okay. Why is that okay? We have to do better.
Yes, I agree.
This is, like Danielle said, the roles have definitely reversed in several different ways. But at some point, enough has to be enough, and we have to realize that everything does not have to be violence. What happened to having conversation?
Yes.
What happened to stepping away?
Taking your time.
Right, or seeking help. I feel like that's also not normalized. Mental health, seeking help, a counselor, a psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever the case may be. Why are we not normalizing that, but we're normalizing toxicity and toxic relationships? And also, like, domestic violence is okay, and I definitely feel like just from knowing and hearing about Tahiri, she's definitely been a violent person.
Yes, she do have a background of that.
With her previous relationship. And I definitely feel like Marriage Boot Camp, the producers and all that handled that entirely wrong. I really do.
Yes.
I feel like Tahiri owed Vado an apology as well, and why didn't they step in when Tahiri was throwing apples at his head? That makes no sense.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I just want to jump in real quick on what Shania just said. It's not a game and it's not a joke. You know, that toxic shit is unhealthy.
Yes.
Period. It's not, even if you do love someone, that's not a sign of love. That's not safe love. You want to be protected. okay? And that's just not what it is. Like she said, they are not really putting it out here how serious mental health is. If you need help, get help. Or if you need to just walk away and step out from your mate, do that. But to the point where y'all really being toxic and beating on each other and pulling out with guns and all this crazy shit, it's a lot. And like I said, I've been through that, and it's not a joke. You really start to think it's normal, honestly. You really think it's okay. I remember me and my guy, we would like literally go through it, and then we will have sex and laugh at the situation after like it was a game, and it wasn't. It was really unhealthy and unsafe. I would not take that as a joke. It's a relief off your shoulder when you're not dealing with anyone that's toxic. Who really wants that in their life? But like I said, when you're in love and you think that's normal, you're not looking at it like that until you really realize this is unhealthy as fuck. So I just wanted to speak on that.
And I want to say that a lot of men, I'm not a man, but I've heard from men and over the years during college and whatever else, one of the things, a lot of men don't speak out about them being abused. For one, they're going to look like a wimp.
Yeah.
A charm, like you're supposed to be tough, you let no woman beat on you, so it's going to it's already hurting their pride that they've been,
right.
beat down, but they also can't talk to their homies or whoever about it because, they're supposed to be seen as a man in a tough role. So I think that's one of the main reasons why men don't speak about it.
They always have to play that tough role. When really, I'm going to go back to what Miss D said, they have feelings, they're human. It's okay for men to show emotion. But because a lot of men was raised on, you better not cry, don't let me see no tear falling down, get up, did you just fall? Get the fuck up.
Tough enough.
You're not allowed to show any emotion or anything as a man. And I think that's a problem too, and that's a cycle, like Shania said, it needs to be broken. Men should be able to express themselves without being looked at as a bitch or a punk or whatever you want to call it. They're human.
Definitely.
We have to normalize feelings.
Yes.
Emotions.
Yes.
It's normal. It's something that everyone has. We can't just say women can have these feelings and they can speak on their domestic situation.
Exactly.
But men can't because they're a man and they're strong and they're just supposed to suck it up and take it.
I know some men that I'm cool with, and I've even seen some situations where females be dead ass beating the shit out of men. I'm talking about serious ass weapons, hands beating. I done see some shit. So I know for a fact a lot of men who walked away, they was nah, they not even putting themselves in that situation. And luckily they was able to walk away. Not everybody can walk away because some people don't respect boundaries.
Yeah,
but exactly. So if you can walk away. I advise nobody put their hands on anyone, give it space, or just leave the situation alone. If y'all really love each other, like Shania said, seek help, work on communication and show love more than beating on each other and attacking each other and beating each other down. And I just want to say physical is not the only abuse.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay? If you are mentally and verbally abusing someone, that is unacceptable also, because that can be just as worse as physical.
Sometimes it hurts.
Okay?
It hurts deeper.
Because you never forget that. You know what I'm saying?
The word.
It stuck with you. So
scars stay healed, but you never forget the way a person made you feel. And I want to touch on a couple of things. A lot of people in the world are suffering from postpartum depression and post-traumatic from post-traumatic events and stuff.
Exactly.
And I don't think people realize how far and how deep that runs. It could be a person, having a deer run out in front of the car. Because I know for years, I was scared. I was scared of deers driving at night. Or it could be it could be anything. Anything can make a person have postpartum. So let's just be respectful of that. And if you do feel like you're going through that and you can't deal with it, definitely seek some help. And I want to touch on what Ms. Tamika has said about, and Ms. Shania said about let's normalize feelings, and let's allow our men and our young black men or men in general to be able to show their emotion. I know I have 2 young princes, yes, my babies. I do allow them to cry. No, I don't let them to sit there and cry all day and be quiet. All right, it's enough is enough. But I do allow them to show their emotions, because what I want to teach my sons that I know in my family wasn't taught to the men. You know, like I said, it's a tradition, but I want to teach my sons that it's okay to show emotion. Get your emotions out, because when you get them out, you can better reciprocate things, and you will have a better understanding of things, and you will feel better inside. So I like to let my sons release it. I know they were still little, but I let them release it.
It sticks with them.
Yeah,
it sticks with them, definitely.
And I agree with everything we ladies just said. We want you to like, comment, and share. Please send us any topics, or if you want to join in on this question, Miss D will reiterate this question. Please continue to comment. And we just want to say to y'all viewers, thank y'all for staying tuned with us and joining us. We love y'all, and we love the support. Miss D, if you want to let them know the question.
Yes, our first question tonight was, how does everybody feel about the Megan and Tory Lanez situation? Please give us your feedback. Let us know how you feel about that. The question we just finished answering is, why is there a double standard for when a woman hits a man, but it's not okay for a man to hit a woman? Right?
Yes, and we want to chime into the viewers.
Yes.
So let's see what's going on.
Viewers.
Hey, okay, we have Miss Martika. She joined us.
Hey.
She said, hey, y'all. Hey, Tika.
Hey, friend. I'm going to call you after the show, I promise.
Yes.
I know you're going to kill me, but I love you, baby.
And Sierra said, yeah, I see now women are more dominant, and it can also be breaking point issues with women when they're fed up with things, but by all means, I'm not justifying it. Exactly.
And I do agree. I'm going to speak for myself. A lot of times it is breaking point, and you're like, I'm tired of it, you know, and you just go off, but we do have to watch ourselves.
Exactly.
Right. Yes. And she also feels it's a double standard as well. Yes.
It definitely is here. It's definitely a double standard. And any woman who can own up to that, I have nothing but respect, boo. Because a lot of females, you can never tell them, oh, you're wrong for hitting a man. They never see it like that. I know females who feel like it's okay. It's normal to them. So 100% I agree.
Now, I am happy that the law, because you know, for the longest, the female called the police, the man automatically going to jail. But I'm happy some states are actually implementing where they either take both parties to jail, or sometimes they actually listen to the man's side now. So I'm glad that that's starting to take effect, and that's starting to bring some change. And also, hi, Miss Crystal Mason. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Judy.
Hey, y'all. And she said she thinks that we're doing a great job. Keep up the great work. Love y'all.
Oh,
love you too.
Yes. And anyone else who's joining us, I did just see somebody join us. Thank you for joining us and staying tuned with us. And we're going to keep it rolling for tonight. This is a serious topic tonight, so we definitely want you guys to continue to chime in. And like Shania said, this is a judgment-free zone. No judgment or no negativity.
And
blocked.
And by the way, I believe Brandy won on our poll that we had.
Yes.
So we're rocking to Brandy tonight.
And we promised y'all
But we know tomorrow, or when the actual verses happen, Monica will.
I'm a Monica too. Okay, I
Brandy all day.
Monica gonna kick in that door, smack that chick.
Knock.
See, we in business, but after this, I'm gonna have to straighten this. Because Brandy don't play, okay? Brandy actually killed somebody before, and she actually put somebody's eye out. So let's just take it there. Let's take it there. All right.
I don't think Brandy wants to put on her name, but even though it is.
All right. So we're gonna keep it rolling, y'all.
Yes. And I'm gonna reiterate, our first question tonight was how you feel about the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation. Give us your feedback on that. And Why is there a double standard for a woman to hit a man, but it's not okay for a man to hit a woman?
Right.
Please give us your feedback. Let us know. We still waiting. Listen.
Men, tune in.
Yes.
Share your
definitely
opinion.
want to hear y'all's feedback.
All right, so for the last question of the night.
We'll go to the last question. Have you or anyone you know ever been in a domestic situation?
All right, I will start first. Yes, I have been in domestic situations.
We're not funny. We're not laughing.
Yeah,
We're just laughing.
yes, I have, mentally, verbally, and physically. I think a part of it has to do with I'm also slightly toxic, and I can take ownership because the certain men I have dealt with, their toxic behavior has rubbed off on me. So I felt like it was normal. I'm going to attack you if I want to. I'm going to verbally abuse you. I'm going to do whatever I want because you're giving me that same energy. So I took that with me and it rubbed off on me. But I'm doing way better than they out of my life, thank goodness. But I have been in those situations where it's a dark cloud and it's serious. You know, dealing with any type of abuse is not a joke at all. I will say if you are in it, please try to work on you, step back, take a break, even if you love a person, or just get away, period. You know what I'm saying? But I personally have been in those situations where I never really expressed it too much or talked about it. Some of my friends, okay, they have been around where, you know, it was very violent. And let's just say they stopped me from taking it there. You know, blacking out, being, or giving off that toxic behavior in return. So I love my ladies for that. And no, I don't accept it now. And I never accepted it to begin with. Let me make that clear. I was just giving it back to you. I was never accepting it like, oh, you're verbally and physically abusing me. No, I'm going to verbally and physically abuse your ass right back. So it was a two-way street with me. Not saying that that's better, but that's just what it was. And you just got to deal with people who are on your level. Meaning they're not with that arguing. They're not with that fighting shit. They're not with that toxic behavior. They want to love on you. They want to appreciate you. They want to get money. They want to be happy. They're not into all that toxic ass behavior. And I love that. And I have been meeting men who are not with that. And they'll check me. Like, no, we're not doing that. So get your shit together because we ain't doing it. And honestly, that turns me on. Because daddy, we ain't got to do that. Okay? But that's another story. But I am meeting better men. And I am learning from my past relationships and the toxic behavior that I did have lingering with me, and I do not take that to new relationships. So yes, I have been through it, and I also have friends and family who's been through it. Some of them are still beating on their man. Some of their men are still beating on them. Please get it together, okay? One of y'all are going to end up in jail. And I tell them this all the time. So let's get it together, please. It's not safe. Please protect your peace and protect your sanity and just protect yourself and vice versa to these men. Please step back from the women who are trying to put you in jail, one.
Yeah.
We don't roll with that. They calling the police on you, that's a problem. Get you a new woman, okay? I'm just putting it out there. We don't need nobody who called the 12. We don't need nobody who beating on you. We don't need none of that. Now, if you got sisters, cousins, all of that, please, by any means, call them up and you know what to do. Don't put yourself in a position where you gotta constantly be abusive to anyone because it's not safe. And I just want to put that out there. And I want these ladies to answer, and we want y'all to answer. And the question was, have you or anyone you know been in a domestic violence situation? Ms. D, you want to start?
I'll go ahead and chime in. Me personally, no, I have never been in a domestic violence relationship.
Woo! Girl, thank goodness.
And I hope and pray that I'm never put in that situation. I really do. I can't speak on the future, but I really hope that I'm not, and I'm thankful that I haven't been in one. But I have had friends or family members that have been in those relationships. Some of them are out of them now. Some of them are still with those people. For the ones that are out, I'm so thankful because some of those situations I was front, hand, and center for, and I've seen a lot of it go down. I've tried to stop it. And sometimes when people are in those situations, even when you try to give them the advice to leave it alone or try to get them the help or get them away, they fight you or get mad at you, and they still go with those people.
Right.
So I'm happy for the ones that have gone out. For the ones that are still in, I still pray for them every day that they either get it together or they go their separate ways, because it's toxic, especially if people have children involved. People don't realize that your children see everything, and that's not a message you want to send. If you have a little girl or a little boy, you don't want your son or your daughter thinking it's okay for a man to put his hands on me, or for your son to think it's okay to put his hands on a woman. Because how would you feel if your daughter's older and she's getting beaten on every single day, or she's coming to your house with black eyes, and she's got that behavior because you never left, or because you were putting your hands on her mama? It's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. It's toxic. I feel if it gets to the point where you have to put your hands on somebody, it's time for you to go. I think it's just that you need to take that as a sign it's not meant to be. You need to part ways. And I hate for anybody to be in that situation. I feel nobody deserves that situation. And at the end of the show, I'll also be posting some resources for people who are in those situations. I will be posting something on the page for you guys, and I also post it in the comments. You got the National Domestic Violence Hotline for the Roanoke area. You can go to the Blue Ridge Center for help. TAP, Total Action for Progress. There's a couple of resources. And I'll also go ahead and post those at the end of the show, like I said, so those people can get away and they can get the help that they need. And also, if you know somebody in that situation, you can pass that information along to them. So just help them to get away. Like, nobody deserves to be in that situation, man or woman.
Yes. And what I want to throw out there is it's called learned behavior, okay? And CBT, which is cognitive behavior therapy. That's what people need these days that are dealing with that situation. Okay? If you don't know, again, CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, it is called learned behavior. Our children don't do what we say, they do what they see us do. Okay? Or in people, period. So, let's just break this down.
All right. Miss Shania, Miss Danielle, have you or anyone been in a domestic violence situation?
I definitely know family members who have been in domestic violence situations, and like Miss D stated, you can give them advice and stuff, but it just depends on what they want to do. I was just saying with that. Me personally, I have given out emotional and verbal abuse, as I kind of stated earlier, and I have received it. And neither way feels good, and neither one is good. So that's all I'm gonna say on that one.
What about you, Shania?
So I have witnessed it. I haven't necessarily been a part of it. I will say that no one can tell you when to leave your situation. We all want everyone to be safe, but enough has to be enough for you. And I think it's very frustrating when family members are witnessing, or friends, are witnessing that happen to their loved ones, because we want you to be okay, but at the same time, like Ms. D said, you fight us. You are turning that anger towards us because we're trying to assist you. So it is a difficult situation. I did also want to say that we are forgetting that our children are witnessing all of this. They hear everything, they see everything. There's really no hiding it. I will say, they are like little sponges. They soak it all up. It translates. They're being aggressive in school. They're bullying the kids at school because they don't know how to release, what they're feeling. They don't know. They're kids. I feel that we definitely need to be better. If you are in a situation, verbal, mental, domestic violence, physical, definitely remember that other people are watching, and we, as parents, you're supposed to protect your children, and that should not be done in front of them. And you need to remove yourself from that situation before your child grows up, like Miss Destiny said, and does the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I agree 100%.
Because our children are important. You don't want them to grow up.
They're the first priority, not important. They're the first priority. So
you don't want them growing up making those mistakes or behind bars because they copied what you did or they felt it was okay and because it was so normalized in the household growing up to hit on mommy or for them to get beat on, and now they beat on their girlfriend or something, and now they're behind bars because they got the police calling them. You don't want your children in those situations, or you don't want them, God forbid, in a casket or anything because they were in an abusive relationship that went too far. You don't want those things to happen.
A lot of the times, like for instance, when a parent in the house drinks, a lot of the time the child goes up to be
learned behavior.
Exactly, they drink. So we have to be mindful that although that's an adult situation, our kids are in that. And it's also very important to talk to your kids about this, to let them know that this behavior is not okay. And it's okay to apologize to your kids for making them witness that because they don't have a choice. I also want to say that needs to be normalized, apologizing to your kids for what you're putting them through because they didn't ask for that.
And I know me and my son, and you know, some people laugh at us, but me, my son, and their dad, we do apologize to each other. Not specifically related to this, but just saying sorry in general. Getting them used to saying sorry, you know, because they're little people, and you may think that their opinion don't matter or whatever, but it does. They're very smart. They catch on very quickly. So you do need to sit down and have appropriate level conversations. Let's be clear with your kids. And, you know, like for instance, my son get in trouble, I yell at him. He's so sensitive about this. You know, it hurts his feelings. And I'm like, I'm sorry for yelling, but you should have done this and blah, 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 vice versa. You know, it's okay to have those discussions and those talks.
Yes, it is. All right, so we want you to, of course, like, comment, and share. Please send us your answers, any questions you have. The last question of the night was,
have you or anyone you know ever been in a domestic violence situation?
All right, we're going to chime into the viewers before we close out tonight, everyone.
Shania,
Let's see.
And again, thank y'all. We appreciate all the love.
All right, let's see. Miss Crystal said, yes, I have, and I damn near killed him. He will never put his hands on another woman.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's what we were just talking about, how it can get very, very serious.
Yes.
To the point where someone could really get harmed or in a grave.
I agree. And then we have Mr. Rico Vance. He's tuning in.
Hello,
Rico.
Thank you for joining us. We love your support.
Yes.
So we close out, like we said, please continue to send us your questions and your answers your answers in regards to the questions tonight.
Yes.
We will still answer you. Our inbox is always open right
now. And also, I did want to put this out there. I know that Ms. Destiny is putting the domestic hotline and the resources out there, but our inbox is open as well. Our personal inbox and our page, Kickin' Raw, is open. We will keep everything confidential. If you feel the need to talk to us, we all are different and have been through different things. So if you want advice or feel that maybe we can help you in any way, please reach out to us. We would love to assist you in the best way that we can.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, we're going to let Miss D, before we end the night, give you guys the National Domestic Hotline number. Like she said, she's also going to post some things on our Kickin' It RAW page.
Yes.
So please come at us, or we'll add you and follow us. We do have our business page coming up. Yes, we do have our business page coming up, so you guys can follow us and like us. And she's going to also put some information in the comments and on the page. So if you can give me that number.
It's 1-800-799-7233.
Yes.
All right.
That's
Yes.
for men and women.
Yes.
Don't think that's just for women to help women that's getting abused. That's also for men who are also in an abusive relationship and you're trying to get out or you need help or answers.
Right.
Yes, and again, always comment, like, share.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just want to reach out.
Look forward to our events, and I was going to bring it up too.
Yes.
The CEO.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know y'all see me digging in it earlier to get my lip gloss.
Yes.
Yes.
So I just want to put out there a shout out.
Kickin' It RAW.
Kirsten Nick. Please go
Yes.
get her and follow her on Facebook.
Yes.
She have creative creations and she do a
Yes.
wonderful job. We do a
She
lot of
does.
business with her for our brand. And as you guys can see, Kickin' It RAW.
Yes. Thank you.
And of course, before we end it off, ladies, as always,